When the Bitcoin price rises, it's like waves hitting the side of a glacier. Every so often, they knock off a piece of ice that falls down, which is like knocking long-term Bitcoin supply from a Bitcoin OG, and that Bitcoin supply has to be absorbed then by the marketplace. I heard this analogy, someone used it on Twitter or somewhere else. Anyway, I thought it was a really good one because we know, even though the average price of Bitcoin throughout 2025 was 54% higher than the average price in 2024, it did feel like oftentimes the price would rise and it just couldn't stay there, right? I mean, the price would just come back down. And if you follow James Check, who's my favorite Bitcoin analyst, he kept highlighting the fact that every time the price would rise past that sort of psychologically important level of $100,000, eventually, if it stayed above $100,000 long enough, somebody who owned Bitcoin a long time would decide that it's time to buy themselves something nice, get themselves a second home, I don't know, set up whatever for their kids, I don't know, whatever people spend Bitcoin on. So that's what the story of a lot of 2025 was. Even though the average price in 2025 was up 54% compared to the average price in 2024, which made it a great year by that measure, which is, in my opinion, the most accurate measure of what it was like to buy or sell Bitcoin in 2024 or 2025, was the average price throughout the year, not the beginning or the end price. The reason it was not a lot higher than that was that throughout 2025, there was just epic amounts of OG Bitcoin redistribution, meaning Bitcoin that had been sitting idle for 10 years or 5 years or 7 years or 8 years, coming alive and making its way over to Coinbase or River or Kraken or some other major exchange where somebody plans to sell it to buy themselves something nice, and some new Bitcoiner buys Bitcoin. There will probably be other ones along the way, but one that will be huge is $1 million per Bitcoin. Whenever we get to $1 million per Bitcoin, it will probably take multiple years to definitively clear that threshold where we don't look back, where the price just stays above $1 million and never falls back below. And the reason is exactly the same thing. There's a whole bunch of people, including me, that have been holding Bitcoin a long time, and including you. If you buy it now, you'll be up more than 1,000% on your investment. And after 1,000% return on your investment, 10 times your money, the waves crashing against your Bitcoin stash up at $1 million per coin, or 500,000 or 250 or whatever that is, will eventually break some of yours loose. And the exact same type of thing happened at $10,000 per coin, which I lived through myself after 2017, in 2018, 2019, and even part of 2020. It took a long time to definitively clear $10,000 for the same reason.